What's happening, family? Dr. Joe here. Hope each of you are well and blessed. Salute to Diana Cook. She looks great. You can see the photo. But I want to read to you what she read in this particular photo. This is one of our butterflies. She started at the top of March the 3rd, 2025. And this particular photo, the after picture, was taken July 25th. For context, she says, I'm down 64.2 pounds. No longer pre-diabetic, off blood pressure meds, cholesterol, and all other numbers normal. No more hip and foot pain. I want to ask you a question. Salute to Miss Diana, this butterfly. The first question is, how much money do you think she saved by just not being on prescription medication? Do you know that Americans who are 52 and over are on an average of 5 different medications? Did you know that? Did you know that diabetes is the most lucrative of all diagnoses, that 1 out of every $7 that is spent in the United States medical care system is money that comes from the treatment of diabetes or some disease that is associated or connected to diabetes? All right, so we're talking about money makers. Let's be real. Paying for prescriptions is not anything fun. Think about what the average person who spends a couple $100s a month on medications can do with those dollars. How much money will that equate to over time? If you invested $300 a month in a mutual fund or in some type of investment that's yielding, 4 to 7%, what does that look like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now? That's a question you got to ask yourself. Salute to Diana. The second question that you want to ask is, how much more confidence do you think she has? Look at her. I bet you she dresses differently than she did before. I bet you when she goes into her closet, she has more to pick from. I've been a gut and butt before. And one of the worst gut and butt feelings is to walk into your closet and you have a bifurcated closet. Half of it is stuff that you can't wear, and 20% of it is the stuff that you can wear. So you end up wearing fat clothes. Not calling a person fat, but that's what you wear at the end of the day. Men go through this and women go through this. Then what starts to happen is your selections become very drab, and you're wearing the same pants and the same fluffy top and the same, droopy, blousy, non-exciting clothing. That impacts your confidence. So here you are walking around with clothes that you're only wearing them because they're not choking you when you put them on. So you're not putting the emphasis on your hair. You're not putting the emphasis on your look. You're not putting the emphasis on your walk, your talk, your strut. Listen, I guarantee you her confidence has changed. She's probably wearing new clothes, different clothes. She's probably getting excited about getting dressed. When you get dressed, you ought to be excited, man, because your clothing is an extension of not just who you are, but how you feel. You dress like you feel. Us brothers, when we go into a room and we want to, show power, we put on the black, right? We want to look professional, put on the blue. Ladies, when you want that a little bit more panache on that date, you may put on red or orange or something bright. Your clothing is an extension of how you feel. How do you think her confidence has changed? Thirdly, got to ask yourself about Diana. How has her quality of life changed? If you're no longer hypertensive, you're no longer pre-diabetic, you don't have hip pain, foot pain, you're 64 pounds lighter, you're probably sleeping better. How do you think the quality of her life is? She's probably sleeping better. She's feeling better. She's probably getting more done at work, in her business, in her hobbies. She's probably further down the line in terms of her purpose. She's probably able to do more in less time. Quality of life. So to all of you all who have changed your lives, whether you've been in the 40 turnip or not, congratulations. For those of you all who are watching this and you haven't changed your life and you want to, this is all the reason for you to do so. But you know the best part about Diana? It's not that she just lost 64 pounds. It's not that she just got off of prescription medication. It's not that her foot and her hip doesn't hurt anymore. But you know the best part? She did it natural. No shots, no surgery, no potions, no lotions, no boxed meals. Just good old-fashioned education, accountability, guidance, and she stuck with it. She robbed the bank. Salute to Miss Diana. Till next time, be well and be blessed. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.